You're watching Fox 10 Phoenix now.
New this morning, police stop a stolen vehicle in the West Valley. Take a look here. We have this ADOT video showing the scene right on the I-10 at Avondale Boulevard. Goodyear police say officers used a grappler to bring the pursuit to an end after the car was driven onto the freeway there. So we now know that the people inside the vehicle were taken into custody.
Some other top stories that we're following for you. An ambulance was involved in a crash in Scottsdale late last night. Police say that there were no patients or passengers in that ambulance. Luckily, no one who was involved in this collision was seriously hurt.
Lori Vallow, the so-called doomsday mother, will be in a Phoenix courtroom in a little more than an hour from now.
And we could learn if she will be standing trial in Maricopa County. Vallow, who is already serving a life sentence for the murders of her 2 kids and Tammy Daybell, is now facing charges for the 2019 murder of her ex-husband, Charles Vallow, and attempted murder of her niece's ex-husband. Her mental competency is in question once again after she refused to show up in court and insisted on representing herself. She was found unfit back in 2021 and spent 10 months in a state hospital before being declared competent. Her trial is set for February 24th, but that could change depending on what the judge decides about her fitness to stand trial.
A man accused of killing his aunt when he was just 14 years old will be sentenced today. Eris Adel was found guilty of second-degree murder back in October. The now 20-year-old was charged as an adult for the deadly stabbing of 42-year-old Tanya Harper in her Chandler home. This was back in 2019. Investigators say that Adele also cut phone lines and hid cell phones so no one could call for help in time to save her. All right, happening tonight, a final meeting to determine if several Valley schools will be closing their doors.
Yeah, this could potentially impact a lot of families here in the Valley. This is all happening in the Roosevelt School District. Administrators cite a $5 million budget deficit due to declining enrollment. Schools at risk of being closed are listed on your screen there. Maxine O. Bush Elementary School, C.J. Jorgensen Academy of Service Learning, Martin Luther King Jr. Elementary School, V.H. Lassen Academy of Science and Nutrition, and John R. Davis Elementary School. Now, tonight's meeting will happen at 5:30 p.m. at the Verna McLean Wellness Center. That's near 10th Street and Baseline Road. The board is expected to vote on the recommendation tonight. Turning to stories making headlines around the world and in the nation, we're going to start with that massive manhunt in New York City for the person who shot and killed the CEO of United Healthcare. Yeah, Brian Thompson was gunned down outside of a Midtown hotel yesterday morning, where he was scheduled to speak to investors. Police say that a masked gunman shot Thompson in the back and the leg before fleeing on foot and then riding an electric bike to nearby Central Park. And ultimately, that's kind of where law enforcement lost him. The 50-year-old executive was rushed to a hospital where he died from his injuries. A motive is not clear yet, but NYPD says that the shooter waited for several minutes until he spotted Thompson and opened fire.
The scene, we recover 3 live 9mm rounds and 3 discharged 9mm shell casings.
We have the drones up, we have aviation out, we have K9 out.
Investigators also sharing that the bullet casing had the words deny, depose, and defend written on them, which leads them to believe that the killer may have been trying to leave a message here.
Caught on camera back here at home, a Valley Grinch stealing Christmas decorations from a family's yard.
I mean, who does this, right? Well, the owner tells us this particular decoration was special. It was a special request from his daughter, in fact. So Rob Scottford, he lives near Gilbert and Ray Roads. He says that he went to plug in the lights and he noticed that the tree was gone. So he checked his Ring camera and it shows a person walking up to his lights and unplugging the tree from the extension cord and just walking off with it. The father of 6 is recently divorced, and he says that he was trying to give his children a good first split Christmas, especially his 8-year-old daughter, who picked out the color of the stolen tree.
Came over and I didn't tell her, and the first thing she said is, "Daddy, where's the tree?" Well, so I showed him the video. We're all going through hard times. I get it, but really, it's just be respectful of other people. It really serves no purpose what you did. Just bring it back. No harm, no foul.
All right, there you go. Well, there is some good news out of this, though. 2 days after the tree was stolen, 2 more surprise guests were caught on camera leaving a blow-up Christmas Grinch decoration for the family. Anyone with information about the stolen tree is asked to call Gilbert Police. Well, meantime, in Phoenix, a Boy Scout troop is helping you get ready for Christmas.
Yeah, they're taking part in a tradition that stretches back for decades. Troop 41 setting up shop at 11th Street and Northern. Troop leaders say it helps teach the kids small business skills and funds summer trips to places like Payson and New Mexico. Selling fresh cut Christmas trees is a troop tradition dating back 75 years.
Average in years past have been about 650 to 700. This year we have over 750 trees. We do put the boys to work. The boys sell the tree to the customer. They carry the tree out for the customer and tie it on their car and make the sale happen.
75 years, that's quite the tradition, isn't it? Troop 41 Boy Scout Christmas tree lot is open weekdays from 5 p.m. until 9 p.m. and then Saturdays and Sundays from 9:30 a.m. until 9 p.m. Those are some long hours, Anita.
All right, go get your tree.
Put them to work.
Put them to work.
Earn that money.
A young man and a teenage boy have been arrested in a shooting that killed Gila River police officer Joshua Breeze earlier this year.
18-year-old Joseph Notov faces weapons charges, but he is not charged in the officer's death, although he is accused of knowingly assaulting him with a rifle. Notov's 16-year-old brother has also been charged. His court records are sealed because he's a minor. Family tells us the older brother will be arraigned tomorrow, while his younger brother will be in court today.
Goodyear police arrest a man accused of sexually assaulting a woman outside of a Target store. The attack reportedly happened November 12th, right in the parking lot of the store near Cotton Lane and Yuma Road. Police say that the man sexually assaulted the woman and choked her. He has not been identified, but we're told that he is booked on felony charges. Well, nearly 24 cattle in the town of Snowflake are dead, and a man is under arrest.
It's believed all the animals were shot. Navajo County Sheriff's deputies arrested Joseph Gibbons on 2 counts of animal cruelty and 1 count of killing livestock. Excuse me. Once deputies served a search warrant, they say a total of 22 cattle were found dead. They also say property owners cannot shoot livestock to prevent them from coming onto their property.
Ready to hoist. Good hoist. Clear start, you run in, but you walk out of target and I'll take the con. Running in, you con. I have the con.
And caught on camera, a DPS helicopter crew rescuing an elderly hiker in southern Arizona. The agency says the 73-year-old man set out for a hike on Monday in Cochise County. His family reported that he hadn't come home the following morning. So at one point, the man called 911 to say that he ran out of water and was lost. Crews were able to locate him in a rock formation along a cliff with no trails here. They were able to reach the man and hoist him to the chopper, bringing him to safety.
It's an incredible video, isn't it?
He is lucky.
Wow.
Yeah. An artifact that could rewrite Arizona history was found near the Santa Cruz River.
This is a really interesting story this morning. The find was a cannon from the expedition of Francisco Vázquez de Coronado, dating back to the nearly 500 years. The firearm could be the oldest ever found in the United States. It measures 42 inches and weighs 40 pounds. Dr. Denny Seymour, who has been searching for artifacts related to Coronado's expeditions for 2 decades, says the wall gun shares signs of settlement in the Southwest that predates most European settlements and perhaps most importantly gives a new understanding of the interactions between Coronado and the Native Americans.
The fact that Coronado had and his whole expedition through the whole 1539 to 1542 period had so much interaction with the Otham, whose descendants live here today. And so this really enhances and changes their history.
How cool is that, right?
That is neat, right?
Coronado led 400 conquistadors in his mission to find the rumored 7 cities of gold, but after an unsuccessful search in Arizona and New Mexico, Coronado returned back south 2 years later in despair. An incredible event is getting underway, helping officers connect with their community.
Yeah, Dominique is live in Phoenix, where it's Shop with a Cop Day. Good morning, Dom.
Good morning, guys. A lot of kids are going to be having smiles on their faces when they are walking out of this Kohl's here in Phoenix a little bit later on this morning. Like you said, 14th annual Shop with the Cop, and you guys just look at this turnout, and it's just getting started. We still have to wait on an appearance from Blue Santa this morning that kicks off the whole event. So a lot of law enforcement here, a lot of kids here, their parents as well. Joined with Daryl this morning with Phoenix Police to tell us a little bit more about this, something you guys look forward to, I'm sure, year after year.
Oh, this is the best event we do every year. I mean, our officers are getting to interact with kids throughout the valley. We've got 260 kids here this year. This is the largest we've ever had. It's a great experience for not only the kids, but for our officers.
Absolutely. So walk me through the day. How does it all begin? What's going on right now?
So right now the kids are getting registered. There's some craft projects going on over there. We've got breakfast out here for the kids. So they're just kind of waiting for Santa to show up, and then once Santa shows up, it's off and running.
It's off to the races. I love it. The kids that we're looking at now, how are they selected to come to today's event?
They're selected through their school, the resources at the school, and our school resource officers interact with these kids daily, and they choose the kids.
Yeah, this has to be not only fun for the kids, but I think the officers too. Just getting paired with the kid, walking through. I'm sure these kids are putting these officers to work with what's on their wish list.
Oh, they surely are, and I'll tell you, this is a very rewarding experience for our officers. They look forward to it every year, and we're never at a lack of people who want to come out and volunteer as officers for us.
All made possible by Plea. Talk a little bit about this charity organization, the work that you guys do.
So Plea Charities was formed in 2007, and it was formed to not only help our officers in need and their families, but our community who's in need. And a lot of times our officers, being out on patrol, will find families that are in need and bring it to us, and we're able to help those folks out. So it's a great charity. We're a 501c3 and always looking to use those resources for the betterment of our officers and the community.
Yeah, all around us too. You see kids talking with officers, taking photos that we see right here happening. I feel like this is a great way to start that open conversation too with the youth and with someone with a badge.
Right, yeah, in doing this, these kids are more at ease with our officers. They see us as fathers and mothers and nurturers and something different than what is sometimes portrayed on TV.
Yeah. All right, let's take a walk a little bit over this way, Daryl. I know we were hoping to hear from Blue Santa, possibly, but it looks like the flight time might be delayed just a little bit. But right over here in this parking lot is where he'll be landing via helicopter, right?
That's right, yeah. The Phoenix Police helicopter will bring him and his elf in, and then they'll get out and they will start the day.
All right, an exciting day for sure. Thanks so much for your time, you guys. Once again, 14th annual Shop with the Cop event, and you can see these kids, they're excited, lining up outside of Kohl's, waiting for Santa. I'm waiting on him too to come kick off this amazing event.